up, guys? Yep, we've got another good old Oktoberfest going on today. This one I am very looking forward to. Right, I have been since I bought it. It's the Ayinger Oktoberfest Marzen beer. It's, I don't know. I was pretty stoked when I saw it at the store. I was like, yes. This is going to be, I feel like this is going to be good. I hope. Don't let me down. Hot old boy, don't let me down. So anyways, I'm going to pour this. Ooh. See if it... If you hear painting, it's the dogs. Just took them outside. And they are all huffing and puffing. No, I didn't want you to show up here. This is a 5.8% ABV and the classic 11.2 fluid ounces. So there you go. And let's just get right into it. And let's get into the smell. It really tastes like fall. It really smells like fall. It smells like autumn leaves that have fallen onto the lawn. Before it rains, it just gets all like sludgy. It has that nice autumn smell. There's almost like a molassesy toffee kind of thing. So I think it's from like a barley. So I feel like this is going to be richer in that barley taste when we taste it. I feel like it's going to have more of that to it. We'll see. But yeah, the more I'm smelling, the more I'm getting that barley thing. A bit of the nose reminds me of maybe like the Belgian Christmas ales when the breweries make like a Christmas version of a strong ale. It kind of has a little bit of that almost extra barley Christmas thing that some of those Belgian breweries do. It has a bit of that barley element to it. Sorry, they're just going to town over here. I think it smells good. I like it. I think it's going to taste stronger. The aroma makes it feel like, or makes me think it's going to have a stronger taste, a very full, mouthful taste, where you almost think the alcohol content is higher than it is. That's kind of what I'm getting at. That's what I'm feeling from the aroma. We'll see. Still has some nice head going on to it. But all right, so I will recommend it on taste. Or man, I will recommend it on aroma, on smell. Let's get into the taste. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It very much, it tastes like it would have a much higher alcohol content than 5.8%. It has that Belgian strong ale kind of taste to it. So this is going to be one of those things where if you want your Oktoberfest style beer almost more close to along the lines of a strong like Belgian winter beer, this is kind of what it is. That's what I'm getting with this. I don't admit, not exactly what I am looking for in a Oktoberfest beer. I want it to be a little lighter. Again, me just being super picky for this particular Oktoberfest. And again, it's like the dogs only drink water when I'm doing these. So yeah, there is nice carbonation to it, as you can tell from the consistent head. It is still going, so that it has that. There was a beer out of New Mexico I believe it was La Cumbre I did last week. I wish that beer had this carbonation. I think that would have been perfect. This one is much stronger tasting. The barley really takes over your mouth. It really harnesses your entire mouth. It's very malty. You have like a molasses kind of thing. It is on the darker, heavier end of the spectrum taste-wise for Oktoberfest beers. Like, I'll be honest, if I just cracked this open and drank it without reading the label, I probably wouldn't have guessed that it was an Oktoberfest beer. Definitely stronger than just what I was anticipating. But it's nice that there is some variety, so you know what to kind of go for. I mean, depending on what your taste buds are. Yeah. It's very the Belgian strong ale. More barley, kind of molassesy. There might be like a subtle hint of sweetness in there. I don't know. It's I feel like this is going to be one of those things where for a lot of people it's going to be too barley-ish. It's going to be too heavy on the tongue. The liquid, it drinks fine. It's just it really kind of consumes your tongue with that barley aspect. And if you don't like that, you're going to hate this beer. And I feel like that's a taste that a lot of people, with the abundance of the ultra citrus, ultra juicy, the goose, the ghost, the lambics, the sours. There's such influx of sweetness and fruitiness into like the modern beer scene that I don't think a lot of people, just your casual beer drinker, I don't think they're gonna be able to go for this, because you're going from one like juicy, sweet spectrum over to this, and it's totally different. And I just think a lot of people, they won't be able to go for it. It's like going from a margarita to whiskey neat. You're not just going to be able to make that jump without, it's going to take a little while. So I feel like I would have liked this better if it was cooler out, if it was like November. Like, let me finish my Thanksgiving dinner, then drink this. I feel like I'd be able to get into it. For this, it tastes perfectly fine. It's not exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna give it a half on taste. The taste. Let me get it totally honest. The taste is fine. It is. It tastes good. If this is the kind of thing that you're looking for, it's not funky. It definitely, even though it's your mouth's kind of just taken over by that barley thing, it's not really rough. Sometimes you'll get like a barley beer and it's just very like rough. You can almost like feel it like a saw, like rubbing along the side of your tongue. It doesn't do that. It doesn't have any of that. It's just know that that's what you're getting into when you get this beer. That's going to be going on. As long as you know that going in, you should be fine. I wasn't expecting it to be that like that, so I'm a little like, man. So I'm going to give it a half. I think if I went back into it, knowing what I do now, I might not have the same. I'd have a different mindset, but so I'll give it a half. But just for you might absolutely love it, or if you're not a fan of that kind of thing, you might hate it. So I feel like this is going to be a love-hate kind of thing. I'm going down the middle. So yeah. Next category is I'm jumping ahead. Is value for price, and this is the only other beer so far that I have purchased that has been over $3. This one cost $3.20. Well, $3.20. Yeah, I think it was like $3.19, $3.20. Which, I mean, for this particular brand, that's not a bad price. Like if you get the normal, just singles for their other beers, like throughout the rest of the year, it's usually more than that. So that is not a bad price. I almost feel like they brought the price down just to compete as much as they could with the other Oktoberfests that are out there, because there's going to be a lot of other German Oktoberfests that are going to be cheaper. They can't hit the market charging $5-6 a pop when you have other German beers that, you know, the casual drinker is just going to be like, that's German, let's just pick that up. It's half the price. So I feel like they might have lowered it as much as they could just to make it competitive. And I mean, I don't think this place is, I don't know if they are partnered with anybody to help with distribution, you know, like Paulaner is with Heineken and stuff like that. You know, so it makes it easier to distribute and it keeps the price down. I don't know if they have that or if they're partnered with anybody. So I'm guessing they're probably not. And so honestly, for this beer, $3.20, I don't think that's bad, especially when you compare it to the other ones that they make, which I believe the other ones cost more. So I will recommend this for value for price. I think if you're looking for this style, this heavier style, and you want a German import that's like quality, sure, I'll recommend for that. So yes, I will recommend it for value for price. Next category is distinction, and it is distinct. I will definitely give them that. It has that just heavier molassesy barley thing that a lot of the other beers haven't had, and I feel like more specifically, some of the American ones I've had that have, I think, attempted to go that far, either they didn't push certain ingredients enough, or they just weren't as refined. And so this is like, I think this is what they were shooting for, but they were just, you know, it's like building your first, I don't know, doing, like if you ever made your first your clay pots back in school, like those things that you made, then you end up taking home to like your mom to give her as some BS present or whatever. Those clay things always sucked. Like they looked like crap. Especially, I mean, if you even made it out of the kiln, didn't explode on you, you know. There's always those kids, you know, the art teachers, like, some of you guys didn't score properly and the mug exploded, and you always have the one kid who's like, just shards of fired clay everywhere. But that first one, very rough. But if you kept going, nice, smooth, you know, if you would have kept with it, it'd be like a great, fantastic mug. And you could have moved to Santa Fe and set up shop as like a little artsy person selling mugs there. But you didn't. You got a real job. Not that I'm knocking anybody that does artsy stuff, because that's kind of a lot of what I do. Anyways, but I feel like this is the artsy mug that a lot of the other American ones that I've had have tried to get to, but they just don't do it often. That might be like their fourth year that they've tried to make it, and they've been making these ones for, you know, probably like over 100 years. So maybe in 100 years, like Brooklyn Brewery will have like the perfect Oktoberfest beer. We'll see if I'll be half robot, but I will still be drinking beer if I'm half robot. But it is definitely distinct. It's done well for what it is, and it stands out from a lot of the other ones. I think this might be one that you could probably pick out of a lineup just because it is a little different. That is, I will give that for a lot of the German beers, even though they're all kind of like the marks and styles. They are different. Like, you can taste the difference in a lot of them. So, but that's nice. Even though when it's all the same style, they're that different. So I will recommend it on distinction. Next category is drinkability, and that's where it gets a little. I feel like for me, it's too heavy. The barley thing, when it's that strong, it really slow. Like I have to just kind of sip it almost. It's I feel like you pour this, let it breathe, let it sit for a while. Because I feel like it's gotten a little better. I feel like the taste has opened up a little more. It has a bit more of a, almost like an apricot, like legit. I think I say apricot a lot, but I think it really has that kind of, it's got that fruitiness, but not overpowering. So I feel like let it sit for a little while. Almost let the carbonation die off. I feel like that almost will help some of the flavor. And get some of the bubbliness. I almost feel like too many bubbles, and it's kind of pushing that brightness too much into your mouth. So, but even then, I feel like okay, I am liking it more. I'm definitely liking it more like this, but still, it'd be difficult for me to be able to just kind of, it's definitely more of a sipper for me. I think it's something that I will have to just kind of, you almost want to like get a book or a cigar or something. Like I feel like if you know you're just going to get one beer, this would be a nice one beer to go for, because you're not just going to like, some beers you don't even realize you finished it until you look down and you're like, oh damn it, I finished that in like 3 seconds. This is a good one that you're not going to drink fast and quickly through. And so it's kind of a nice beer that you get to enjoy if you just want to like go slow. Sometimes just like over at the in-laws, you're like, just Jesus Christ. Like if I get someone else, I'm just be tanked. I need to say something stupid that I'm going to regret later. Girls, this is a nice one to keep you from saying anything dumb. Keeps you slow. So drinkability, I'll give it a half. It's it's good. You're not going to pound it real quickly. You might drink 2 and then switch it up. Alright, last category is Would I Buy It Again? And, I feel like I might give it another go around. Because with the carbonation, everything died down, I'm really enjoying it a whole lot more. It still has that kind of Belgian barley, like strong ale kind of taste to it, but it's a lot more subdued. It's not overpowering. It's not like coiling around my tongue like a snake, just kind of like squeezing it. It's definitely a little more gentle like this, and I like it like that. So I feel like I might want to get another one just so I can like open it up, pour it, and let it sit for a little bit. So, but in general, I mean, for Oktoberfest, there are other ones even with like this. There are other Oktoberfest beers so far that I would probably go for instead. So yeah, I'll probably give it a half again. I might get one more, but other than that, I'm probably not going to go too crazy with buying like a bunch of them. So I'll give it a half on that. But yeah, so that is the review. That is a review of this Ayinger. I should have looked up how to say it ahead of time. That is the review of this Oktoberfest. What do you think of this authentic Bavarian festival lager? Do you like it? Are you a fan of like the kind of heavier Oktoberfest beers, or do you like your Oktoberfest beers still a little bit lighter, kind of going off the summertime? It's still kind of warm out. Do you like it light? The lighter taste, or do you really just want to dive right into that stronger, winter beer? Like, yes, enough of the summer stuff. Blah. Let me know in the comments. And stay tuned. I'll have more of these coming as long as I can. So for myself and for this good old Ayinger Oktoberfest Marzen, take it easy.